Hello everyone and welcome back. If you are here, you have already finished configuring Firebase and your app is now connected to the Firebase real-time database. Okay, so now we are ready to move to the next steps. So what are the next steps? Let's see. In this lecture, what you will do? We will create a layout for email and password. We will enter email and password here. We will put login button, sign up and other things. We will put a click listener for login button and we will also validate the email and password fields input. That means whatever the user inputs, we'll check if it's a valid email or if it's a valid password. So the first objective is creating a layout for email and password. So let's do that. We will create a layout in activity main. So we'll open that. Here is our activity main. Now it is just showing hello world. We want email and password and login buttons to show up here. I'll just go here, refactor this, delete. Okay, so this is deleted. Now I'll put some text to you. This text to you is for email. Why these text to yous are different for each type of input? Because when you input it, you'll see that if the type of edit text is email, then the keyboard will give us @ symbol to enter. The width should be 280p. Yeah, so now it looks good. We'll give it a bottom constraint also. It's a constraint layout. We'll keep it in the center. Okay, so it's there. Or let's just do this. Okay, so this is email. Same goes for the password. Our password will be alphanumeric, so we'll drag this one. We'll give it the same things, constraints. This will be below this one. Password would be below the email. Here we'll just do this and give it the same width. So these are of the same width, I think. Yep, we'll have to align this, so we'll just do this. It's easy to do in constraint layout because you can give constraint. If we want password to align with the edges of the email, we'll give this and it will get aligned. So now what we'll need to do is put a login button. We'll put this here below the password. We'll put it up. 24 would be okay. We'll give it 24. 24 means the margin, top margin is 24, so this gap comes here. This is field for email, so we'll give it some ID. I always give it like this, email et. We'll do it. Okay, and for this I'll give pwd, and for this we'll give login. See, I always write the type beside the name of the element. For example, you can see that this is email, so I have put email et. That means you will know that it is an edit text for email. Same goes for password, same goes for login. It will show login button. So why not just give it some color? We'll change the text first. It should be login here. Okay, so we'll give it some color because we need it to look good. The best way is to search here. For this you need to search background. Okay, here it is. We'll just give it some color which is already in the app. We'll pick color primary. Okay, so now the text is black. We need to change the text of the color of the text. We'll give it white color, that is HFFF. So that's white. Now it looks good, doesn't it? Okay. We'll have to put a sign up text here, like if he or she hasn't created an account, then we have to show here that you have to sign up. So for that we need some text. We will just put some text here. Let's give 16. It's not looking good. Okay, 16, and now we'll give it some ID which is sign up. We'll give it some text. Ask the user if they don't have an account, they can just click here and sign up. Okay, we'll go to the main activity. So moving on to the next part, which is putting a click listener and validating the email and password inputs. So what we'll do is we'll just create some, it's an edit text. Okay, so email and passwords are edit text. Email ET was to find view by id dot id dot email. Same goes for password ET. So we got these. And what about the buttons? Yeah, login button. See, it's showing an error because we haven't declared the button. So we'll do it like this. Alt plus enter you will press, and you will see that it will give us some suggestion. And the sign up text, we'll comment it because we want to keep this separate from the main activity. We'll separate it later from the main activity, this part, but for now we're keeping it here. It's easier to separate later if you comment it. Always give this kind of comments because it will be easier to see where you have given which part and what this code does. Okay, so now first we'll give this, we'll just put some listeners for these. Set on click listener dot this, and the same goes for the sign up text. So here are the click listeners. We'll just get the ID of the view using view.getID. You must be familiar with this because it's very basic for the Android app development. We just create a switch case for this. Now we can handle multiple clicks in one on click. So now we'll write here r.id. What was the login button ID? Login button. Okay, we'll put a break here first. Now what we'll do is write a method here called handle login button click. Here I'll put a method, and same we'll do for this. Login button will come first, so we'll just try to put the login functionality here. To do, first we need to check if the email and password are valid. We can't just give any random email and password without validating the fields. We can't just put them in the Firebase. We need to put some condition for email and password. So for that, we'll create a new class called validate input. So for that, I'll just click here. This class will check whether the input for password and email is valid. So we'll just name it validate input. In this, we'll validate the input. We'll put a to do here. See here, this means that the password and the email fields will be validated. That means that we're not checking if the email itself is valid. We are checking if it's in this format, say something like @gmail, aman@gmail.com. For an email, this seems like a valid format, so we'll check this. And for password, we are saying that the password should be greater than or equal to 6 chars. Okay, so we'll put these conditions here. So first method would be validate the, we'll give it some name. Okay, now here we'll check. First we'll give it some return true, which means email is valid. So for this we'll need two conditions. First is we'll check if the email field is not empty. So we'll put a length not equal to 0. Here we'll write please enter your email. Now we'll also check that if this email is a valid email, like the pattern for the email should be, it should contain at the rate, it should contain dot and all that. We'll use a class called patterns. So this will validate the email format. Okay, first we'll check if this is invalid. Okay, if this is invalid, we'll return false. Okay, we'll give it a toast again. Please enter a valid email ID. Else means all these conditions are false. That means the email is valid. So we'll just put this return type inside this. So this is our check if email is valid method. Okay, this context we have used in toast. So while creating an object of this class, we'll take the context as a parameter. Okay, so we'll just put here. So now we can create a new object of this, and then it will take the context as an argument. Now we'll create a same method for the password. Check if password is valid. For now we are doing some basic things, like if, sorry, this condition is wrong. We have to give password dot length is equals to 0. So if it's 0, we'll do the same thing. So I'm just copy pasting it. You can also do the same. We'll just change this. Password dot length is less than 6. We need a password of at least 6 character. So we'll write else. What do we need? These are the methods which will help us in checking if email is valid and password is valid. So we'll put this validate input class and create an object in main activity. Okay, so here we'll create a new object. Pass context, its object is created, validate the email and password fields input. First we'll have to store the email and password in a string. We have the email and password in a string. And now we'll check if the validate input dot. For now we'll just put a toast here. If it's all valid, we'll just write valid input. So I think this should work. We'll just run it in our emulator Pixel 3. Let me run it. See, now you can see that this is our email field and this is a password and login and then sign up text. Okay, so now we'll enter email in the email field. We'll just write some random stuff here and then we'll give it some password. Then it will show us, see, please enter a valid email ID. It is showing. So what if we write something like, see, still it's showing that it's a not a valid email ID. You can click on it and see. What if I give a dot here? See, valid inputs. Why? Because the password is also 6 characters. Now if I make it 2 characters, please enter a password of at least 6 characters. Leave the email field empty. See, please enter your email ID. So you can see that our validate input is working. Now we are ready to move on to the next step. What will be the next step? Next step would be to do this in Firebase. Log in this user. Okay. With this email and password, we need to log in this user in Firebase. So we'll do this in the next step. For now, I think this is looking good. But when these fields are blank, there's nothing there. Let's just put some hints here. See, it's working. It's showing us, please enter your email here. Please enter your password here. So user will have an idea what to do. So now this looks like it is finished. This part of the lecture is done. We have created a layout. We have put a sign up and login text. We'll put a click listener also. We have also validated the email. Okay. So in the next lecture what we'll do is we'll connect this to Firebase and create a login for the user. And if he or she is not signed up, so we'll just make them sign up. Okay. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.